What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Second Passport. Today I'm going to pose a question for you. Did you know that Bill Gates is now the biggest private owner of farmland in the US as of 2021? And guys like Warren Buffett and all these guys, these billionaires, are buying up huge swaths of fertile farmland in the US. Well, what if Gates or one of his cronies, billionaire cronies, discovered a little country with tons of water and good farmland, cheap farmland, like Ecuador? Now, Ecuador is only the size of Nevada, the state of Nevada, in landmass, but a good third of it is covered with Andes Mountains and the foothills, which is really only good for cattle grazing. And then the eastern third is Amazon jungle, which also is obviously not ideal farmland. Now, the western third here in the coastal lowlands is where you'll find some of the best farmland, but a lot of that zone is arid and dry and not ideal farmland. So I'd say only about 20 to 25% of the landmass in Ecuador is actually good, fertile farmland. So if a billionaire or two came down and bought that up, the prices could sky really, really fast. Now, the prices for farmland in the US is around $3,400 per acre according to the Land Values Summary NAS, and that translates to Ecuador in hectares. It'd be about $7,500 per hectare in the US is what vacant but fertile farmland seems to be going for, right? Now, how much does that same land go for in a place like Ecuador? Well, let's take a look at a few farms that I've found for sale. This is a bananera or banana farm, producing banana farm that's 28 hectares going for $300,000. Now, from what I've seen, producing farms tend to go for around this price, $10,000 to $12,000 per hectare, right? But you could find vacant land, good for farming with a water source like this one here in Limoncito, just about 45 minutes from the center of Guayaquil. As you can see here on the Via de la Costa, on the road to the coast, kind of near Cerecita. And this farm is asking for 32 hectares, $105,000, 600. So that's about what I've seen as well for vacant land. Obviously, you want to make sure of the water source, and the accessibility. Now, you might find really cheap farms in Ecuador, warning, but when you actually visit, it might be an hour or two down a bumpy dirt road, which is what's happened to me checking out farms. So when you check out vacant land, you want to be sure it has good road access and good, obvious water access. And this one, it has definite potential, depending on the exact location of it. But it's asking about what I've seen here in Ecuador for vacant farmland, about $3,000 to $3,500 per hectare. So as you can see, that's less than half the US price. But there's a big thing that these billionaires maybe don't take into account, that it's probably a lot more profitable to farm in a place like Ecuador than the US for the manual labor costs. I know from my tiny little business of rentals in the US, man, is it hard to find reliable, inexpensive, good help. Well, in Ecuador, you don't have that problem. You can find plenty of, I think, reliable and very inexpensive, qualified farmhands. More than you'll be beating them away with a stick. So if the billionaires figure this out, then they might be here in Ecuador buying up huge swaths sooner rather than later. So that's about what you can expect to pay for farmland here in Ecuador. I'm Mr. Second Passport. Take care.